afternoon, it's your man Gregory the Talented, Mr. Drayton. Good afternoon, it's your man, the Gregory the Talented, Mr. Drayton. And on today's show, we have Palace Intrigue, Dirty Water, and guess what's not happening? This week on the Saturday Sit Down with your man and his special guest, my talented panel as usual. Stay tuned, sit down, let's go.
On us every weekend, oh, the vibe's so fine. Saturday, sit down with Mr. Drayton. Shine!
You are now locked in to the Saturday Sit Down with the talented Mr. Drayton. Your favorite place for the best conversations. We're talking news, politics, entertainment, and possibly the ever so rare nipple slip. You are now locked in with the talented Mr. Drayton, and this is the Saturday Sit Down.
For me? Of course it's for me. Good Saturday afternoon. It's your man, Gregory the Talented, Mr. Drayton, a.k.a. Alice's baby, a.k.a. Mook Jones, a.k.a. Mr. Getting It Done. Each and every Saturday, I sit my ass right here and give it to you as you want it to sit down. My perspective on black news and what's going on in Washington and around the world with a tad bit of sarcasm and humor. Give a shout out to my special panel. I'm going to get with them in a minute, but I want y'all to remember something for me. And I'm going to play a little something for you, and I want to ask a segment of the audience that's not watching, but if you know a person in this group, let me know.
This is a solemn plea to anyone who still supports Donald Trump. You are currently being asked to not read too much into the language of our agreement with Iran, which doesn't reflect all of the back-channel commitments that Iran has super-duper agreed to. Now, I don't know if you've ever been asked to sign a legal document of any kind, but a quick reminder that what's on the paper is usually what you are responsible for. You don't get to breach your contract and then go, yeah, but we both know what the real agreement was. The Trump administration right now is honestly telling you, hey, you know that country that's a sponsor of terror that we don't trust with nukes enough to go to war over and upend the world economy, whose government the president said to overthrow at the beginning of this whole thing? Now you can trust them that they made secret promises that are not going to be made public. Which, quick reminder, is not something that Obama asked you to do with his Iran nuclear deal. And good thing, since if he had said, hey, trust me, bro, I have a sneaking suspicion you wouldn't have. Step outside your undying fealty to this president for just a second and look at it from the perspective of someone who hasn't invested their life savings in Trump tokens or Donald Bucks or whatever pop-up you clicked on when you logged on to Truth Social this morning. There is so much that you have to ignore, hypocrisy that you have to stomach, and bullshit that you have to swallow to continue this contorted idea that he's really, really good at this. When the truth is, his hair has been the giveaway this whole time. That he will spend all the time and energy in the world trying to convince you to believe something that just isn't there.
That made me laugh, but I want to just take everybody, now to bring in my panel. Come on up, guys. Let me introduce you to the world. As if this screen couldn't get any more beautiful. I'd like to introduce my partner in crime, the very, very creator of this very network, M3. So if you are here on YouTube, please like, subscribe, smash the button, as Mandalorian like to say, smash that button. Subscribe, tell a friend. We'll ask you about Patreon later. Malcolm, the host of Malcolm, the host.
Yeah, so I mean, the one is Wednesday is a main one.
I'm just joking that you do host so much. So you host like me. You are the Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on this very network. Malcolm the Philosopher King. Malcolm, how would you describe your show, real quick?
I talk about things you think about when you're high. When you want to get really philosophical, like what's happening in your life. Yeah.
Explain so much.
Fantastic. That is a description that
I thoughts. Yes.
Now I don't know where the Mailbag Monday thing is, but
I have a affinity for advice columns, Like I started in communications, and I don't know. I always loved like Dear Abby, like the old school, proper thing, like the way you're supposed to do things. I don't know. I just found it fascinating, like the
So
culture.
it was Dear Abby, and what was the other one? Ann Landers. What was the difference?
And Landers, yeah. Then I start reading Dan Savage's set in the Savage Love cast. It used to be called Dear Faggot, if you didn't know. Like that was the original title of it.
That's terrible.
That's one to go on.
That is awful. Well, let me hurry put this in before we get brand scold. You can also check Malcolm out every Friday with fresh new episodes of his podcast.
Yeah.
Three Badcast Presents. It's really interesting. I used to be invited till I wasn't. But somebody, my homeboy, my partner in crime, my fellow Virginian, we carry rifles together. We do this thing on Monday. Right after my break in my wardrobe change, which right after I get her hair and makeup, I run over here to do this thing with him. M3 mixtape is a complete joy. I'm going to change my name to It's Me, Gregory, just because me and Randy, my partner in crime, deuces to you, Michael Jackson's favorite homie. It's me, Randy.
It's me, Randy. Yes, and wonderful. It's so good. It's an awesome Saturday. I don't have to work, so I get to do this work and I chill out. It's going to be hot as balls, so I'm going to stay inside under the AC.
Pizza. I forgot that.
Pizza. There might be some pizza later. I don't know.
There might be some pizza later.
Might be possible.
And it is destined to be hot all over the U.S. today. So please watch us.
Hydrate.
Listen, and today's show is being brought to you by
McDonald's introduces something truly unique. Try the all-new, deeply flavorful McChitlins today. It is pure comfort in every single bite.
No?
I think I just threw up in my eyes a little.
Not for you, Uncle.
No.
No. I mean, the funny thing is, I've had chitlins exactly one time.
Malcolm.
I'm not saying that they weren't that good. It was just like I cannot eat them unless I see who cleaned them. And I had to make sure they're really, really clean. I don't trust nobody.
I'm so happy you said that. I had probably had them twice in life.
Yeah.
What was going to be the third time was a family reunion. And while at the family reunion, there's like 6 of these vats just piled up by the sink. And I asked my aunt, they look like toxic waste. They were big white ones, you know what I mean? They were huge industrial. Anyway, so I asked my aunt, what the hell is this? And she tells me that they're chitlins. And then they proceed to grab them out of the thing, pull them over to the sink, and do this squash thing. So I only had them twice. I've never had them again. I will never have them since. That was terrible.
Yeah.
Ooh, way too much goes into that.
The fact that you described that they were in vats, I'm worried about that part.
I mean, they were in some kind of solution or some shit. I don't know.
Right.
Oh, wow. Some type of solution. Shout out to my man, Swag for Life. He's, in case you're looking for that beautiful face, he's on a little leave. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Kick back with a cool drink in the shade down there, the mayor of Tijuana himself. See you soon, buddy. Listen, before we get started, we do have some breaking news. Of course, since we all knew this was coming, Israel has decided not to open up the Strait of Hormuz because of Israel's strikes on Lebanon. Yes, good Lord, our dear leader is so smart and capable. All these things.
I mean, Iran, you said y'all were down with black people too, so let's give us some of that money that y'all got for reparations.
Yeah, so now we gas. Let me just tell you where we are with this, and then we're going to cover it later on in the show. But where we are right now, gas is still going to be high, and we just gave them $300 billion. Billion with a B dollars to do nothing. But why most of us come here, my favorite segment, I don't know, T'Challa was off today too. So here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, M3 presents Black News.
This is Black News.
Holy moly, we made it through another week. It's getting more welcome as time goes on that we are still standing as a country. Later on in the news, we do have some fantastic things to report on, but most of the time it's some bullshit. And we like to put a little sarcasm on our bullshit, if you will. It's like the little kids say, bullshit. It's bullshit. Well, we get into it with my girl Amanda. She gives it with a little sass and a little sarcasm. There's so much goddamn losing. She has to do it twice a week. Amanda, what happened just on Tuesday?
Welcome to the Kennedy Center for the Arts. No pun. That's just what it's called, bitch. It's time to talk about Donald Trump's Else for the week so far. It's only Tuesday. You picked a fight and you lost it. Story of your life, huh? You took us to a war that's almost certainly going to lose your party the midterms, and all you got out of it was having to pay Iran $300 billion in reparations on Juneteenth. I made better deals with my toddlers when they were having tantrums in the Costco parking lot. You are humiliated. Humiliated. Your name is off the Kennedy Center, but you're covering it up because you don't want anybody to look. Stop looking at me. When I was watching them start to take the letters down, there were 50,000 people on that live stream. We all know you're going to monkey around with the election in some way. But then there's this guy sitting in the wings with a baseball bat, which I would normally be like, ugh, whatever. But this time it's the entire Senate Democratic caucus and the Democratic attorneys general who have all been suing you for a year and a half and winning. Take your swing, Chucky. Let's see it. You removed all mention of slavery and gay rights and women's rights from national parks across the country, and a federal judge was like, ew. My favorite is Harper's Ferry. Taking the references to slavery down in Harper's Ferry is hilarious in a sad and disgusting kind of way. Put him back, put him back, put him back. Ugh, whatever. We can still do the anti-weaponization bribery fund with that. No. Nope. Can't do that. Nope. So sorry. Indefinitely blocked. Big ups to Democracy Forward for this one. This was their lawsuit. Guess all of those Proud Boy January 6thers who were already back in prison for child abuse charges are going to have to find a new way to fund their Cheeto purchases from the commissary. Everyone thought the UFC thing at the White House was disgusting. Only 16% of Americans thought it was appropriate. Only 31% of Republicans. You're a national embarrassment, including to your own party. Anyway, the Democrats are going to redraw their maps in Maryland, giving them 8-0. 2028 is not going to go the way you think it is. My dad knows how to reline a pool. Why don't you? I know you secretly hate white working class men, but you could have gone and asked one of them, and they would have told you how to do this properly for less than $14 million. Or maybe not. Your approval in rural America has dropped 10 points. 10. Independents prefer Democrats on the congressional ballot by a 12-point margin. That's bad. You need those people. Gallup Party ID is D plus 13, highest since 2006. What happened in 2008? Look it up. The devil went down to Georgia, and he's electing Keisha Lance Bottoms. She leads all Republican challengers by 10 points or more. The South has something to say. It's okay, babe. I'm sure if you get another MMA fighter who is shaped like a can of ladies' shaving cream to get on national TV and make fun of Michelle Obama, the most popular living political figure in the country, everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Because she is. Shout out.
That's true.
We'll be talking about the opening.
Shout out to the GOAT.
Yep, to the Westminster Library this morning, which President she had a meltdown. But let's go with this week's news. I want to talk about the pool first. What happens when you paint a pool, Randy?
Well, I'm not a obstetricianist, but I believe that when you paint a pool, it's prone to, I don't know, start chipping if the paint isn't water-based or water-soluble, or, just paint.
That too. Malcolm, do you know what else happens to when you paint a pool?
No, what's
It has algae.
Mm-hmm.
It has algae in it. Oh, I cannot put it away. Let me take this off because it's blocking.
Yeah, I don't remember there being anything wrong with the pools. Like, why did they change it anyway?
Oh, Trump needed to trumpet.
Right.
That's
He
what
wanted to
was
put
wrong.
his stake on Washington, basically.
That's what was wrong.
I ain't wanted to put his bank on Washington.
He hadn't
He's
peed on it
already
yet.
doing that as he go outside. He shits all over town.
Yeah.
He hadn't peed on it yet, so we had to do that too.
He is apparently doing that, my dude. So
Terrible.
Yeah, there are other things happening this week. I just want to know. They said, "Oh, he did it." They're claiming Obama mucked it up, but there was nothing wrong with the reflecting pool.
Oh man, like he threw up ridiculous numbers, right? Because originally this was just supposed to be $1.5 million. That was supposed to be okay. Then after several weeks of blah blah blah, it eventually got up as high as I could easily now say $15 million, and it was no big deal, right? That's weird, but I would later find out that I believe that this is like a friend of his
And a donor.
that runs the company, right? Called Greenwater something. Ironically enough, called Greenwater something. So he basically took our money to give to his friend and supporter, who's going to funnel some of that money back to him. Like that's why the pool is turning green, bro.
Right.
And the ducks are dying. The ducks are dying, which is the whole reason I used to go and have my tuna salad.
Weren't they pouring stuff in there to kill the algae?
Bleach.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to be said out loud and not for me. I didn't want to seem like I was beating up on the reflecting pool, but yeah.
Well, this is the first time you're going to hear me congratulate a Republican. Rick Johnson here in the great state of Georgia won the Republican runoff for governor.
The millionaire, right?
What makes the great Mr. Drayton tickle and go far with laughter is because the Trump-backed candidate, lost in spectacular fashion, but only by 6 points.
Huh.
To be fair, Rick Jackson is a terrible, horrible, Gargamel-esque character. That has lots of money, Malcolm. He poured over $100 million into this race to win it. So,
but according to him, Greg, he didn't join the race to become part of the group of the crowd. He joined so that he could break up the crowd. The group.
Okay. So,
not to make your life better, just to break up the group of people who he believes are running the government in Georgia. That's
my brother. Listen to me. So there's a difference between motherfucking billionaires already running the outside of it. Mm-hmm. So what do you think is going to happen when the billionaire gets in the seat?
Yeah.
Nothing for you. You don't know him. You're not a billionaire.
Correct. Yeah. I want to know where he got these damn Chinese grandkids from. That's what
he got them from Timbo.
Yeah, nobody's explained to me. But just when you thought that went too far, we have more L's. Ta-da.
Welcome to Oklahoma. It's time to talk about Donald Trump's L's for the week. You agreed to billions of dollars of reparations for your enemies at a treaty you signed in Versailles. Oh, wait. That's Germany. Hold on. Okay. You agreed to billions of dollars of reparations for an enemy in a treaty you signed at Versailles. You gave that no-bid contract to the company of a donor to repaint the reflecting pool, and it is all just peeling off. It's kind of like how Laura Loomer pays so much money for all that filler, and it all just migrates to the wrong spots in her face. The cost of living emergency is so bad in Trump's America that for the first time ever, the majority of American households have both parents working. You can Handmaid's Tale us all you want, but ain't nobody having no more kids till you fix this shit. Intense public pushback from content creators and activists on the ground and black voters in Georgia led the Republicans in the Georgia State House to reject calls to redraw their maps. For now, you can try it again, and we're just gonna come show up again. You hounded Jerome Powell, threatened to arrest him for months so that you could get a new Fed chair so that they would lower interest rates. Well, you got a new Fed chair, and they did not lower interest rates. But how will I artificially prop up my own personal wealth? I don't know. Nobody's hiring, so I have no solution for you. You tried to get a case against your executive order that targets mail-in voting tossed, and a federal judge was like, ew. Yeah, we're going to let that one go. We're going to let that one go through. Stupid. Oh no, if it isn't the completely predictable consequences of my actions that everyone warned me about, and hundreds of years of common sense dictated would happen. Pete Hegseth made flu vaccines optional in the military, and now 160 people at an Air Force base are sick. One has died. ICE is planning to sell or just give away 7 warehouses that they spent $700 million of our money to buy. It's hard to sell haunted buildings, just so you know. Good luck. Democrats in Oklahoma have registered more voters than Republicans for the first time in 15 years. And one of your itty-bitty little favorite candidates running for the Oklahoma State House has had to drop out because he's a pastor who likes to sext other women, not his wife. I mean, maybe he sexts his wife. Who knows? We doubt it, though, right? Like, this is the sort of thing they do. Did anyone check how old that girl was that he was texting? No? Maybe somebody should. A federal judge has blocked the most punitive trans bathroom bill in the country, the one from Idaho. Yeah, we're not doing that. It's not anything. Meanwhile, Cook Political has shifted 7 House races to the left. 6 of those are seats held by Republicans. It's okay, babe. I'm sure if you keep leaning on how you're old and have dementia and don't really have any idea what's going on and can't be held responsible for any of it, once you're out of office, people like me will totally ease up.
Nope.
Nah.
It's like
No, sir.
To the left.
Right.
Yeah, that is a good point she's making, though, is that I think that would be the excuse that a lot of Republicans use, which is not unfair, but also we told you so from the get-go. Like, he was going to be worse than the first time. You knew, like, at least in the first term, he had the desire to be a 2-term president because of the vanity of it, right? So he was going to at least be on his best behavior, which wasn't that great.
Now he has no reason. Now
he got everything he wants. He got everything he wants in the first year.
He has all the sycophants this time. At least there were people before who were willing to say this isn't right.
The building, all the same.
His main point of being president was just not to go to prison, and he got that. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So now,
if he lives,
make money.
Well, yeah, but if he, just imagine, dude, if he lives through his presidency, his life is going to be so shit.
Here's what's so crazy is like the Wall Street Journal has a few reporters who have tracked how much money he's made just from stock manipulation. Billions, about $2 billion from just like for one time he just said like buy a Dell computer. Just saying that as the president of the United States makes the price go up, which he just
tremendously.
He did that at least 3,000 times in the last 16 months or whatever. Billions.
Sammy, oddly enough, I would try McChitlins just to see if they like my grandma.
People would sell.
There's got to be, you want to know, but like the McRib,
they would sell in very limited supplies. Yes, they would. Yes.
So let me tell you. Thank you, Mr. James. Chillings, y'all know we free, right? Listen. You gotta get my money.
It's true. Chillings are amazing when you have access to nothing else. Like I definitely
like freedom.
Exactly. My ancestors would beat me silly for eating chillings now when we have access to real food. They did the best they could, and I honor them for that. But they would whoop our ass like, nigga.
I wouldn't do it.
Why are you eating the fucking shitty noodles when you have fucking filet? Like, come on.
Right.
I get it. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. In the words of Storm from X-Men, the same as everything else, that's what happens to a pool.
Right.
Trump's have algae on his body, so it matches. I get it.
One last point.
I get it. That's cruel of you. Like you just said that. Sam, I'm now at a point when I hear and see the MAGA people, I ask myself one question. Do they like little boys or little girls? Nowadays, possibly both.
I mean, that's sad because it seems like you're going to find out one way or the other that the pendulum swings toward younger boys or younger girls. It's crazy.
Yeah, you got to remember that Jeffrey Epstein, what was it, 1,200 victims he had? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's terrible, bro. It's terrible.
I mean, you don't have that many victims. Sex trafficking means you have a fucking audience for that shit, right? Like you had a pipeline of people who wanted underage girls. If you're exploiting that many women,
And they're all rich.
yeah,
What you got to do?
that's the disturbing part. Yeah,
It is. It is. Because money didn't buy you altruism. It bought you fetishism.
and when you're talking about these 1,200 victims, it wasn't like it was one time. He held these women for decades.
So long. They became they became
They became
he
adults,
became their life.
and then they became perpetrators themselves. That's where the line between victim and perpetrator was so thin, because a lot of his victims became perpetrators on his behalf.
They began enabling the activity by getting other
Right.
people to do it. There was that story where like the one young lady who refused to do oral something to I want to say Harvey Weinstein. They got other girls to come in and
Show her.
yeah, it's terrible.
They
Coerce
did.
her. To coerce her.
Interesting that you bring that up, because our horse first lady, pun intended, showed up after 23 days with this whole foster kids get stocks thing.
Okay.
And she showed up with a known this guy who is a model agent, and how she got here.
Right.
So this bit, it is allegedly suspected that she's trying to turn the government into a pedophilic ring.
Jeepers creepers.
I mean,
Well, I mean, she was trafficked, though. That's the thing. Not by Jeffrey Epstein, but she was trafficked in a similar way that
by the,
Jeffrey Epstein
I
was doing.
forgot the guy's name, but by the guy she's standing beside.
Mhm.
It's Peterson.
Like Jeffrey Epstein wasn't the only person trafficking young women. She was trafficked. It was really clear about that. Yeah.
She was trafficked. Let's get on to some news here in the great state of Georgia.
In a major rebuke to Governor Brian Kemp and a huge victory for civil rights leaders, Georgia's House Republican leadership just announced they won't redraw Georgia's congressional maps. The House Republican leadership team signed a letter to Governor Kemp saying that Georgia's current maps are still pending legislation from 2021, and therefore it was important to pause. Additionally, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, the president of the Senate, was a driving force behind the push to redraw maps. He lost his primary race to become governor last night, which may have weakened the appetite of his Republican colleagues to push through racially discriminatory maps. But that legislation and loss likely weren't the only things on House Republican leaders' minds. The redistricting push was a galvanizing force among Democrats, who repeatedly said that Republicans were redrawing the maps to try and keep their power because they couldn't stand behind rising prices, President Donald Trump's war in Iran, and an escalating healthcare crisis in the state. According to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, several GOP lawmakers, quote, worried the fight would hand their rivals a potent mobilizing issue, end quote, ahead of the November elections. However, that doesn't mean the issue is settled. Republicans could push for another special session to redraw the maps and gut black voting power later this year, after the elections, and are likely to if Democrat Keisha Lance Bottoms wins her race for governor. This week's special session will still address a July 1st deadline to change Georgia's voting systems, which will make the use of QR codes illegal.
Okay. Let me tell you something. We have gotten millions of more people of color since the last election.
Right.
Try as you will, and it doesn't matter how they draw. Black people live everywhere.
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 You know what's interesting about this that I've been thinking about it? I've been listening to the court cases and the arguments that they're making. And they're saying that it should not be illegal for Democrats to draw maps or Republicans to draw maps in their favor of their political advantage. There's actually nothing illegal about that. What's illegal is drawing maps that racially discriminate. And so what does it say about your political party that you can't draw maps that are in favor of your political party without racially discriminating?
It says everything. It says everything.
It says that your party is a racialized party.
You know it. That's why you do it.
Right. The only way you can draw maps in your favor is to racially discriminate, because that says a lot. I'm just
Malcolm, in the video, after the redistricting fails, right, of everyone on the opposite side, the Democratic side, looking like what Atlanta looks like, In opposition, you're the flip side, the entire GOP party, which once again looks like a very exclusive country club. Everyone was old, everyone was white, there was no diversity. That's what the GOP in Georgia looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they would need to redistrict, because
and so if you have fair courts, the Democrats' efforts to redistrict in favor of Democrats should win more than Republicans, because the Democrats don't have to discriminate racially
no.
on maps in their favor, whereas the Republicans have to.
Yeah. Mark, excuse me, Mark. We have a feed coming in from the White House. My bad. Here we go. 1 second. Let me see, can I get this right?
All right, everyone. What is the problem? We won. Just read the loose terms of the document we didn't make immediately available. This is their total surrender in the form of an arrangement with the Iranian government we said should be toppled by the people we also threatened to annihilate. First, they are opening the strait that we control, avoiding the potential economic crisis that we said was not our problem. Then they get $300 billion from anyone besides us to rebuild the infrastructure that we bragged about destroying. And yes, maybe they deserve some missiles to defend themselves from the neighboring countries we're saying should pay that $300 billion. Just not nukes, made from uranium dust that we had to get until it was buried so deep only we could get it, and they promised to give us, so now we don't need it. And I'll be honest with you, the press is not reporting the importance of this agreement we made in Versailles. It's like a treaty. Let history remember that we signed the Treaty of Versailles. Now, can we please move on to the president's executive order that the color green should now just be considered a different shade of blue?
Thank you.
American flag green.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Coming in from the White House, y'all. Coming in hot. And as I pointed at the top of the hour, Iran is no longer doing their gentleman's agreement. You know
what's so funny, though, is here's the irony to me when I also listening to it. It hurts them to close the Strait of Hormuz. They're one of the largest exporters of oil in the world, right?
Yeah.
So closing it hurts themselves, and they don't care. They're willing to hurt themselves.
Now they have $300 billion to tie them over to the.
Yeah, it's the principle of the thing.
It's the principle of it. That is the kicker for me. Is that they're hurting themselves to hurt us.
That would technically hold them over to the end.
Yeah.
Of his presidency, because go figure. That's what you voted for. Thank you to our special White House correspondent. Yeah. Emmy says, what aunties I have left would like and folks like they crazy and stupid. That's food they were raised on. Me and some cousins were raised on. I want some tripe too. I like tripe.
No, I don't think I've ever had tripe.
Tripe is like tongue. It's cow tongue.
I have not. Thank you.
You're welcome. I tried. Emily says the color green is how different shades of blue. They sky is now green, right?
The sky is green. Up is down, down is up.
And left is right. Thank you so much. And left is right. We did have.
You got it right.
Yeah, we did have a good thing going on this weekend. On June 18th of this week was Thursday, maybe. A former president, 44, Obama opened up his presidential library on the south side of Chicago with a star-studded concert to include John Legend, Jennifer Hudson, Bruce Springsteen, Bono, and none other than himself, the living legend, who was also our first icon show, Stevie Wonder himself. It was, and Christina Aguilera, I cannot forget Christina Aguilera.
Oh, yes.
That's how you put on the show, Ronald Rump.
Yeah.
Ronald Rump, that's how you do it. You know, that's it. That's it. The taco tips. That's how it's done, baby boy. That's when you go get the people to do the thing, and they did the thing. And here we go. Check this out.
Please indulge me for a moment, because I'm going to take a little time to do something that I know my husband will not do today, and that is to fully sing his praises. Barack, you got to look at me. You told me all those years ago that you couldn't promise me the world, but you could promise me an interesting life. And of course, you outdid yourself and managed to give me both. I know it hasn't always been easy, but there hasn't been a single second through this experience that standing by your side hasn't left me in awe. 8 years in the crucible, and not once did you melt from the heat. Not once did you let it harden you. Instead, you used it to reveal your truest essence, your stubborn optimism and unflinching courage, your dazzling brilliance and unpretentious decency, your ferocious work ethic, and absolutely unshakable moral fiber. And to do it all as a first, and the higher standard that comes with all that, the claims that a U.S. senator and constitutional law expert wasn't qualified for the job, the lies about your birthright, your faith, your patriotism, the outrage when you stated the biological fact that if you'd had a son, that he too would be black. Yet, you were unflappable at every turn, always focused, always calm, always looking at the long view. You were doing the people's work, rescuing our economy, expanding healthcare, ending a war, ordering the Bin Laden raid, saving an auto industry, winning a peace prize. Barack, there are no words to express how proud I am of the way you showed up and continue to show up every single day. It has been an honor to be by your side. You have made me a better person and have given us all an example that we should strive to emulate. And I hope you know, there is truly no higher calling than that.
I'm sorry
That was wonderful and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, it just moves me to tears every time I see it, because we wake up every day to just sewer. I mean, there's no,
you're not lying.
To explain it, we have lost our standing in the world. We travel and people are like, "What is going on over there?" Malcolm and I have meetings and we often discuss, like, good God, how much more can we take? There has to be, but on that day for those 2 hours, myself and many of my fellow Americans felt again that there was some type, because he injected something.
Mm-hmm.
He did not let us forget
Normalcy, sanity.
Civility,
clarity.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, he was elected because he just came off as genuine and intelligent, and just because he was good, right? Like, it was just, like, at the end of the day, he was just like better than everyone else, and was able to overcome, the obvious racism that black men face. That, people just saw past it because it was just that good.
Yeah, Miguel, definitely.
It's crazy.
The joy and the optimism, and I believe him. If he thinks this country can get back to sound,
hope springs eternal.
I am with you, President Obama. Could you read this from Sammy, please? It's me, Randy. Can you see what?
Certainly. I can't see all that. Sammy says, "I don't give a fuck what folks say. Obama brought us together from when Bush broke us. We were still getting over 9/11, which he shouldn't have won that election in the first place." Don't disagree with you, bro.
Yes, and there's a hanging Chad somewhere in Florida that also.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I learned what that was merely because it happened. What's a Chad? And have a class. That's what we learned.
It's something like I didn't realize till not too long ago that we actually still don't know who won the 2000 election. At the end of the day, that the margin of error was so small and the recounts were so floppy that they don't know who won that county.
We just kind of it would be better for
Because when they counted it several times. They went both ways several times.
Yeah, we just thought
And
the Supreme Court thought it would be better just for democracy's sake.
Right, to just give it to him. Yeah,
to pick a winner.
Right.
And he
just picked one.
He went into office without public support.
Right.
So
that's true.
That's what that looks like. And I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah, 9/11, we actually gave him our support, which is crazy, but
yeah,
we did.
Yeah. But the other thing is, this is how we know something flickety happened with this election. Because what happens when you, and I'm not being a conspiracy theorist or hyperbolic, but this is what it looks like when you go into it, the White House without the people.
Right.
Because every president gets a honeymoon period. The good thing about Obama, he got so much done during his honeymoon period. And he was still trusted and liked after that. That's why he easily second term. But there is a term, and the whole thing is, we'll talk about this in a second. But when you have a president that's falling asleep on national world TV in front of world leaders, we pick and we joke and we tell funny fables about poopy pants and cankles. Just to cope. But there is something serious. I don't care what MAGA says. I don't care what the national media says, because they're totally ignoring it, by the way. There is something wrong with that, regardless of what your politics are. We cannot be on a world stage with a with a leader that has dementia. At this point, I would rather see couch fucker.
Shout out to Swag. Yes, we'd rather see couch fucker.
Yeah,
couch. Yeah, I think you're right, and I think there's even further sinister activity to me, which is the essence of cult-like behavior. Is your evidence of being a part of the cult is to deny reality.
Yeah,
it is commonly said that no, he's just closing his eyes, he's just resting. It's door.
Telling my grandma, I ain't sleep, boy. I'm just resting my eyes, grandma.
Yeah, and they'll eat it up. And it's part of the initiation into the cult, which is to deny reality whenever you can. If they give you a cue of saying like, "Oh, he's resting his eyes," then you just eat it up. And
it just makes them feel better that he's failing on the world stage and succeeding in their eyes, and that they can also succeed as well. That's all it is. Right. It's just a failure making it look good to these people.
Again, I speak to middle America. Listen, instead of blaming folk, like, go educate this. Go take a trade. Those factories are closed. Trump didn't bring them back. Okay?
No.
I'm talking to you as a concerned citizen, because life is going to go on without you, boo-boo. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to work that machine down there at Yickety Schmuckety Factory. You got to learn how to work that computer. You got to turn that motherfucker on.
And I would also say, like, let's not pretend like this is all Trump. The Congress just passed, what was it, $300 billion for ICE?
Oh, no, they didn't.
They took that back.
They did.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the fact that
was their goal.
They quickly took it back. Amen. They was like, oh, no. They were like, oh, no.
I'm just saying the fact that they even passed it is evidence that it's not just Trump, though. That if you're willing to even, consider to entertain that without any considerations or restrictions, right?
But Malcolm, they got their hands in the cookie jar, bro. So like they're going to get money from this happening, right? So maybe whether they morally believe that this should happen or not, they are in turn going to benefit from it happening.
That part is definitely true. I didn't even think about that, honestly. You're right. 100% true.
Cookie from the cookie jar. Listen,
not me.
Not me, not you. There was a little song.
Listen,
but now, you know what, Malcolm? Guess what? They are now. And thank you for joining us for the Black News. Appreciate you every Saturday at like a 1:20 or so. Tuned in as we sit right here as I give you a sarcastic, snarky look at the news. But you know what? When they do all this and they say all that, guess what happens next? They get into the whole
fuck around and find out.
Because that's where they are now, friends. You know, they are in the fuck around and find out. And I would like to open up with a little something.
Welcome to another episode of FAFO, where I bring you stories of MAGA voters that have entered the find out phase of their vote. Karina on Facebook wrote the following. I'm the idiot old lady that voted for the first time in her life ever for Donald Trump and the hopes he was going to do something for our country, our cities, for the people, and he was doing absolutely nothing. What a shame, shame on you, Donald. To which Aiden responds by saying, tell me about it. I voted for the first time in my life and this is what happens. Timmy on Facebook wrote the following. Shopping today. Got 2 big racks of pork spare ribs. My sweet peas were $3.28 a can at Walmart and they were great value brand. I voted for Rump, his excuses are running thin. I won't vote next time around. In one hand, you have wealthy shit, and in the other hand, you have wealthy shit. Rump, obsessed with this Iran nuclear bomb. Same every president behind him since I remember my parents watching Ronald Reagan on the 6 o'clock news at night. This Iran country must be invincible, but Rump said he'd take them out. Gary wrote the following. Dear Mr. Rump, have you forgotten about us on Social Security and trying to keep up with the cost of living? Our race went onto Medicare last year. Are we going to get screwed again this year? Please, anyone on Social Security, share this. Thanks. And my good friend, Mr. Leopard, wrote, Bootstraps, this is what you voted for. John posted the following on his Facebook, tagging Rump himself. I voted for you, and now I'm absolutely regretting it. F your stupid wars, you want to stick your nose in other people's shit, you pay for it when we Americans are done paying for your ignorant whims. We the Americans, matter of fact, want our effing money back that you are wasting. And Mr. Leopard wrote, does this mean that you're tired of winning? And you know what, right now I'm actually really concerned about a lot of leopards since they've been feasting endlessly. A lot of them are getting really overweight, and I actually have a public service announcement for y'all. Today in America, 5 out of 6 leopards face a terrible future. They've been too fat from all the faces they've eaten, even though they could not foresee that this many would willingly let them feast. Just $10 a day will allow us to deliver critical Ozempic shots to this neglected and vulnerable population. Rush your gift today, and we'll send you this exclusive I do not vote for this tote bag and t-shirt, along with a picture of a leopard you've helped. Please consider donating today.
Oh, God. Yeah. Indeed.
That is so true, though. The reason why a lot of them have a problem letting go is because they have to admit that the leopards ate their face.
Well.
Speaking of leopards eating their face, another goddamn example.
So Dumpy's going to be really pissed about the coverage of him at the G7. There are tons of videos and pictures of him at this G7 meeting in France, where there are other leaders just mingling and talking and shaking hands, and he's staring off into the void and not paying attention to what's going on. There are numerous reports of him appearing confused and often wandering off in the wrong direction. He had a one-on-one meeting with Emmanuel Macron where Trump couldn't even stay awake and kept slumping over and closing his eyes. And then when he and Macron were posing for the press for a handshake, Trump weakly lifted over his right hand like a dead fish because he had no strength in his arms. Remember, this is the guy for years who loved to grab people with an iron grip to show dominance. There was another point in that meeting when all of the leaders turned around for a picture, and Trump is the only one staring off in a different direction like he has no clue where the fuck he is. At one point, while he was dozing off in front of the press, he was asked questions about supposedly how the FBI and the CIA said they had foiled some kind of terrorist plot on his birthday Freedom 250 thing that involved 15 people and all this crazy elaborate shit. And he said he knew absolutely nothing about it. Because not only was all that bullshit by the FBI most likely made up, but this is also the reason why they've purposely left him out of all of the Iran peace talks. Because Iran has been using mental health specialists in their negotiations because they know Trump has dementia. It's the exact same reason J.D. Vance and the cabinet left Trump out of the Situation Room when they were talking about the Epstein files last year. They are using him purely as a figurehead to throw red meat to his base. They are no longer allowing him to be directly involved. Because they know he's a dying, demented husk who has no clue what's going on anymore.
Oh, Johnny, not a dying demented gun.
Wasn't that like the sound from like Metal Gear Solid?
Oh yeah.
Johnny,
Impressive,
Johnny,
Snake.
I gotta get you on the show, Johnny. I love that. So not only like I don't know about you guys, but I got asked a lot. I consider myself a devout Catholic. So I felt like all of this BS started with church. Raise your hand if you're familiar with church gossip. I saw this thing with this dear white woman.
Southern Baptist Convention lost nearly 400,000 members last year, and some of y'all are acting confused like you didn't help her pack her purse. 19 years of straight decline, lowest membership since the 1970s, and everybody wants to know where the people went. Well, darling, she didn't storm out. She didn't flip a table. She just quietly stopped coming. She sat in that pew for years, giving, serving, teaching the children, making the casseroles, running the VBS, and trying to convince herself she belonged. And while she was slipping out the back door, the convention was debating whether women should be banned from ministry altogether. Baby, she heard that. You raise hundreds of millions of dollars through offerings named after women. Annie Armstrong, Lottie Moon. You don't see an offering named after Brother Bob, and then you turn around and say, we'll take your money, we'll take your labor, we'll take your Sunday school lessons, we'll take your missions legacy. But we ain't taking your calling. Darling, that ain't theology. That's a cash out with a casserole dish. The pews aren't empty because she lost Jesus. They're empty because she finally believed you when you told her she didn't belong. Darling, I'm Bertie Mae, and I've got something to say.
Well, yeah, because so the reason I pulled that was because I thought about this, and I thought about because my priest talked about it. I was so shocked. He said to the congregation, so how do you feel now that you were fooled by a false prophet? He just said it to the people's face. He said it to the people's face. Hey, what's up, get over the pool, millions wasted. Listen, get your spare room ready, friend, because I'm coming across the pond. Thank you, Miguel. Certainly. Please save the leopards. Eat too much to eat. Yes. They got too much. It's like this. Let's shake hands. Right? Just like so yeah. Good God, America.
Donald Trump wins again. War is over. We got everything we wanted. Sure. What's in the agreement? No idea. It hasn't been released yet. But he says the strait is finally open. The one that we've had complete control over. Yeah. Okay.
You muted.
They're more powerful of the street than they were before the war started.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to hear that so much winning, Malcolm. So much winning. So much winning. Here we go.
You fucking black fucking people.
Hey, Momo, for real? Why'd you delete your Instagram and your TikTok after I made this video about you? Because you fooled us all by saying that your name was
Monica. Mo for short on the internet.
But it's not really Monica, is it? Because if you remember from a couple of years ago, you and your husband in 2024 filed for bankruptcy. Where from this very public document, we can see your names. And since I'm going to assume that your name isn't Ryan Amodeo, your name would be Owen Singuan. And Owen, not only do I find it hilarious that multiple people have confirmed that your hick-ass accent is fake as fuck, but I know somebody who didn't get in trouble for stealing money from tenants in an apartment building and got in trouble for grand theft isn't out here insinuating that black people are criminals when you're the one out here victimizing other people. Well, I guess if I had that type of hypocritical skeletons in my closet, I guess I would also have me and my spouse delete all of our social media presence and go into hiding as well. Not to mention, if you and your husband moved to Texas like this person claims, and then you and your husband voted in California like you claimed in this video, then the only ones who committed voter fraud would be you two.
Shock.
A couple more instances of fuck around and find out. Here we go.
Yesterday afternoon, California Governor Gavin Newsom released a video speech where he details how the Department of Justice and Donald Trump are now investigating him and his wife. For what? Who knows? He doesn't know. They're saying that he's doing this because he's getting ready to run for president. And we know that Gavin's been trolling Donald with his social media posts the entire time that he's been president. And now he finally has an attorney general in Todd Blanche that will let him fucking pick and choose who he wants to harass with the legal system. Honestly, I love this for everybody involved because it's not going to get far on Donald Trump's terms, and all it's doing is setting a precedent so that when there's a president that's a Democrat back in office, we can do the same thing to the Republicans and use the Department of Justice and, you know, the entire weight of the federal government to harass our political opponents. Don't you absolutely love the precedent that's being set? Because presidents are kings now. Don't you know? They can do whatever the fuck they want because they're going to have a Congress that's a wet noodle and is going to roll over and let them do everything that they want. I got nothing.
Me either, white lady in car.
Agree with you.
If only we would do some shit like that. I mean,
White lady in car.
This portion of Fuck Around and Find Out is brought to you by White Lady in Car.
I love her though.
Yeah,
and
she's
to
been a lot.
wrap up, Fuck Around and Find Out. My favorite cartoon portion of the Fuck Around and Find Out. So much winning. This is how much winning, Malcolm. You ready?
Yes.
The long fucking list of all the times Lil Donnie declared victory in Iran. On March 7th, Trump declared, "We already won." March 9th, he claimed the war is complete. March 11th, at a rally in Kentucky, he says, "We won in the first hour." March 15th, he claimed Iran was finally defeated. March 20th, "We won. They're finished." March 23rd, he claimed Iran agreed to a deal. March 24th, he then said the war has been officially won, whatever that means. March 25th, he wavered and said Iran now wanted to make a deal, as opposed to having already made one. March 26th, with no deal in sight, he claimed that Iran was begging him to make a deal, and it was his choice not to make one. March 29th, he backtracked again, saying he sees a possible deal in Iran. March 30th, he says that he's now talking to new people in Iran who want to make a deal. April 1st, now he says that Iran asked him for a ceasefire. April 6th, he claims they're on the verge of a deal. April 7th, he says they have total and complete victory over Iran. April 8th, he announces a peace deal. It doesn't exist. April 15th, we're back to being close to a deal. April 17th, there's going to be a deal in the next day or two. April 20th, he claims the deal will be better than Obama's. Spoiler, it isn't. April 21st, he extends the ceasefire, claiming the deal is coming any day now, and it'll be great. April 30th, he once again claims Iran is begging to make a deal. May 1st, he says the war, the one he claimed was already won 2 months ago, was almost over. May 18th, he says a deal is close. May 19th, the war will end quickly. May 24th, the deal has been negotiated. May 27th, the deal is close. May 29th, the deal is made. June 8th, Donnie declared total victory and that Iran has given us everything, whatever that means. June 11th, the war will be settled in the next 2 days. June 15th, the deal is complete, and yet it isn't. All we have is a fucking agreement to maybe agree, to maybe talk about maybe agreeing, and talk about agreeing on some sort of agreement, maybe. It's so silly, so fucking silly. This is what 182 11-year-old girls died for.
Damn.
Now,
Wow.
That's
a very specific number.
You know, but this video got on my nerves so bad. But it got on my nerves in a way that that's how many times he has declared victory.
And, you know, that ties into that market manipulation too.
Yeah.
From some of the things that I've been listening to, they say he does this around the weekend so that when the markets open on Monday, they're not down a whole bunch. And so he just lies about there being a deal when markets close.
Right.
So
I want people to spill the tea on you. Absolutely. Oh shit! Hold on. What in the hell just happened? Sorry. Apologize. Did y'all just hear Janet Jackson? My apologies. That's exactly what happens. You know what I mean? When your own people turn on you, and then you just like da. Listen, if you all come up with more instances of fuck around, find out, or if you know somebody in person that fucked around and found out, I'm not gonna put them on blast. You know what? So, Marco, I know we talked about this when the election first went down, and we continue to have this conversation about how do you welcome people back into the fold if they are truly interested and saw the error. But if you voted for a bitch 3 times, you ain't sorry.
Yeah.
Not in the least. All right. People of color and those who love us, pull up a chair. I want to have a conversation with you about what's going on in the formerly great state of Florida.
Black people, stop scrolling, because I think the most important Democratic Senate primary in America is happening in Florida. And powerful Democrats don't want black folks and progressives behind Angie Nixon. Well, that changes today. You know what scares the hell out of political establishments? Black voters and progressives supporting the same fighter, not arguing, not competing, not waiting for permission, moving together. And Angie Nixon is that fighter. Every election cycle, they tell us democracy is on the line. Black voters are the backbone. Progressives need to save the country one more time. Then a black woman actually fights, and suddenly folks act like they lost her number. Now, let me be fair. I don't know whose thumb is on the scale. I don't know if it's Chuck Schumer, the DSCC, donors, consultants, or some political group chat full of people congratulating each other for being wrong. But somebody is shading, and shaking this race. And I don't like it. If Angie Nixon isn't the strongest candidate, let voters decide. If she can't win, let voters decide. Get your thumb off the scale, sit your ass down somewhere, and let people vote. Angie Nixon has earned the right to be heard. Union organizer, community organizer, bookstore owner, wife, mother of 5, Florida state representative, candidate for the United States Senate. Not social media fighting, not cable news fighting, real fighting. When Republicans attacked black political power through redistricting, Angie Nixon grabbed a pink bullhorn and shut legislative proceedings down. A pink bullhorn. That's Black Annie energy after asking nicely 3 times. That's moo, I got it energy. Then she staged a sit-in and got arrested. Not for corruption, stealing, or selling out, but for fighting for representation, democracy, and black political power. Everybody says they want fighters until the fighter is a black woman. Then suddenly she's too loud, too progressive, too much. Black folks know what too much means. It means somebody got uncomfortable because you stopped being quiet. This fight exists because black political power was targeted. That's why people protested, got arrested, and why this race matters. So if the fight is about racism, why wouldn't we send somebody to Washington who's proven she'll fight racism? Black folks, progressives, and working people need to know this race. And I'll be damned if I let it fall through the cracks. If you want to support my work, like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, if you are black, progressive, working class, or somebody who believes the people with a real history of fighting should be the people we elect, support Angie Nixon's campaign. The link is on the screen and in the description. secure.actblue.com/donate/Angie Fights, because they keep asking black people to save democracy. Maybe it's time we support the black woman already fighting for it.
Absolutely. It's a me brought this to my attention. And she is wholly and solely qualified. I don't know why.
Yeah.
If you're down there in her district in Florida, the primary is August 18th. Please vote. I'll be posting things. I reached out to her campaign and reposted it. Florida is such a show. Like the whole thing is falling into a state of disrepair. So this ends our short segment that I like to call Black Shit. And here on Black Shit, this is Black Shit that's uniquely to not necessarily black people, but people of color, definitely, and things that we should be paying attention to. And people thought somehow this was better than Harris. How foolish. I know. Foolish. Randy, type is England. So he talks cheerio. This is good morning. Yo, good morning.
It's a people fault somehow this was better, right? Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah. I want you to read this next comment for me. Concepts of an agreement. Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
That's
Concepts of an
exactly
agreement.
what it is. Now, this is our second and final story in Black Shit. But I want you to pay attention. This is from one of my favorite content creators. He is a frequent guest on CNN, but he's often here as well.
It brings me back to how broken our politics are.
Are you curious as to why this man used his shining moment at Trump's White House to scream on national television that Michelle Obama is a man? And why do they call her a man in particular. That's a pretty odd insult for a group of people who don't believe in trans people, right? So why her, and why a man as an insult? Well, history has an answer for you. And let me tell you, it's one of the most powerful tropes ever used by white storytellers. The answer is coping mechanisms. History tells us that a way that white people have coped with the guilt of building the world's richest country on the back of a violent racial hierarchy is mythologizing black people into archetypes. Stay with me. So a good example of this you see in white movies written by white storytellers is this mythologized character of the mammy. She's a dark-skinned black woman who has devoted her life to the love and the care of black children. Her character does not blame white people for their history of oppression or their active maintaining of oppressions. And through resonating with her character on screen, white viewers can cope with their history and forgive themselves without ever having to engage with a black person in real life. Here's another trope of black women we see pop up during slavery and post-slavery. It's called the Jezebel trope. It depicts black women as hypersexual and incapable of being sexually satisfied and temptress. This allowed slave owners to cope with decades of rape, right? It wasn't that they were attracted to these black women, it's that these black women wanted it and they tempted them. Actually saw Vice President Harris get a lot of that Jezebel trope thrown on her from MAGA as she was running for president. But the most powerful coping mechanism, in my opinion, is the hyper-masculinization of black boys and black women. To cope with the abhorrent torture they were putting black women through during slavery. Mind you, this is during a time period where it was believed women shouldn't lift a finger. Ever. But they're doing these torturous, horrible things to black women. To cope with it, you see in their literature, this narrative starts popping up. This hyper-masculinization of black women that their torture is okay because these women can take it. They're not like regular. They're like men. And you still see that trope alive today. It's kind of a side note, but I always think about this in the movie She's the Man, where they're trying to make Amanda Bynes as masculine as possible. What route did they take? I don't know. She was very yo all throughout that movie. I'm like, you could have been a surfer boy or a country boy, but they made you a hip hop black boy. Okay. And of course, you'll see the hyper masculinization of young black boys. Literally in the legal and justice system, they will call 13-year-old black boys grown men to justify giving them grown men sentences, oftentimes, and just generally to justify their over policing and over incarceration. What a poetic way to have a 250-year celebration for America, watching a white person borrow their self-worth from the degradation of a black person. Happy birthday, America.
That's what I thought. And it was just so true as I began to think about, like, that is the first trope of a powerful black woman. She too loud. She too black, basically. She too this. She too that. You know?
But the converse, the white lady, she stands up for business. She's a boss.
Correct.
But also, I think one of the things you brought up, which I've been exploring in literature, is white women's hatred for black women because the white men find them attractive. And so they create these, for one, calling them a man so that it would shame white men from wanting their desires fulfilled, right? Saying like, how would you have sex with this beast or whatever, and then feeling jealous of the fact that your kids, some of them, are clearly you're raising this man's, kids who, like some of the, you see that some of her kids are your husband's kids. There's another level.
I mean,
right,
I think for me, more fundamentally than that, this dude was on the stage of a UFC arena outside of the People's House, and he wanted to appease his Führer in charge, and that's why he revisited the whole. To say that the Obamas live rent free in their head, that minimizes it. The thing that this is they're at the other side of the mirror. When he looks in the mirror, this is the other side of the mirror: success, accomplishment, love. And when you don't have that, to say that you don't want it, you make fun of it, you berate it, you do things to diminish it. That makes you feel better. So this Hawks guy doing what his master wanted him to do, I'm not surprised that it happened. It's sickening and it's gross, but that's what these people do. They will do whatever or say whatever if they think they can curry any favor with 47.
They're talking about a woman who went to undergrad at Princeton and went to Harvard Law. And
You know, I used
when she met her husband, she was his boss. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say this kind of came up from years ago when I said like the most significant question I can ask sometimes black men about to get their political leanings prior to the Obamas was to ask them their opinion of Serena Williams because you would get a lot of the misogyny that that Michelle Obama got, because there's nothing to hate about Serena Williams other than some other shit. Like, she's the most joyful kind of amazing human possible. And if you hold this huge negative idea of her, that says a lot more about you than it does about her. Just saying. I always use that as a standard. Yeah. And I think Michelle Obama is clearly that now. Like, if you hate Michelle Obama, this is so much more about you.
More about you.
It really does.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
She is hands down the most popular political figure that we have. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, again, you can tune in next week at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for more Black shit. We normally have more, but I took a little serious turn, and it's not as funny as this week, so I do apologize. Malcolm is going to go ahead and take the reins. We're going to go ahead and so M3, in case you're new to where we are, we are a whole ass network, and Monday through Friday we got shit for you to love on. You know what I'm saying? I'm somewhat a narcissist. I like to see myself on TV. So I kid. No, but really. So we have a whole ass network. So what we did is we compiled it into a weekly rewind.
Yes.
Put it in one place. So stay put and just notice what you've missed. And I'll be back with more Saturday Sit Down with the Man.
I don't know how to make it full screen, but there we go.
Oh, this is good. No, that's me. Wrong Negro.
I don't know how to make it full screen.
Okay, it's I like it.
Okay.
But they did an interview, not them, but they had somebody. I think it was IGN or somebody had an interview with Zach Krieger and how he came up with the idea for this movie.
Resident Evil is kind of the flagship for survival horror. Horror, it's not action. What I love about survival horror games and Resident Evil mostly is it's this overwhelming feeling of dread. Where it's like, I have to go down this long, dark passageway. I have 2 shotgun shells. I know there's a lot of shit in there waiting for me, and it's all really bad, but I have to go. So I had this idea for a story in the world of Resident Evil, but it's kind of like me. Like, if I was dropped into a Resident Evil game, I'm terrible at guns. I wouldn't know how any of them work. I would miss 99% of all of my shots.
God damn it.
I love the games. I played the games, I don't know how many thousands of hours, but too many. This is an opportunity for me to be loyal to the games in spirit and in tone and build a story that just puts you in that scenario again and again and again with increasing stakes.
Okay, just with that explanation alone, I still don't know if I want to have faith in this from him, because yes, it is survival horror, and yes, you have to have the horror part, but a lot of us fans still want an actual adaptation from the games that in no movie we've gotten so far has done that. Welcome to Raccoon City tried and they failed miserably. It was dead on arrival. It should have never been made. So
put the trash pan in the trash. Yeah.
Exactly.
Did you just see him swallow his soul? Instead of me doing the anatomy of a song, I turn it over to my lovely and capable co-host, which this is going to be good because I don't know if this is like my favorite thing or I'm just good at it. So I think he's gonna be better than me.
I think both things are true, my dude. Thank you for handing it over to me. A little bit of nervousness, but that's always good. Tonight's Anatomy of the Song, we sort of alluded to it earlier. It's a song that you heard every time you've ever been to any club to shake your ass.
Dun, dun, dun.
The beat makes you bring your ass from the dance off your chair right to the dance floor. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Anatomy of the Song, DMX and Party Up in here. Swag. All right, here we go. So, right now my man's in the studio. He's hyping himself up. He's getting ready. He's got, got the mic in front of him. He's got the Then he got the woo, because it's that bleh, 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 right? Okay, so here's the chorus. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool up in here, up in here. Next way. All right, so now we're gonna get into it. If I got to bring it to you cowards, it's gonna be quick. He's not fucking with y'all, right? All your mans have been to jail before, suck my dick. And all the mother cats you run with, get done with, get dumb quick. How the fuck you gonna cross a dog on some bum shit, all right? There to go with a gun click, 911 shit. All over some dumb shit, ain't that some shit? So basically he's just saying, I'm about to blow a hole in your ass because you did something you had absolutely no business doing. Ain't that some shit? Your niggas remind me of a strip club because every time you come around, it's like, I gotta get my dick sucked. Gay reference number 1. And I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but I'm not him. I Slim, so watch what you do, or you're going to find yourself buried next to someone else, and we all thought you loved yourself, because if you really cared about yourself, he's telling you, you wouldn't be popping this shit to me right fucking now, and you wouldn't be writing a check that your ass definitely can't cash.
This one is just funny to me because this girl, I swear, this shit is gonna make y'all laugh. It made me laugh. Hopefully, it'll make y'all laugh too. But this girl said, she said this dude talking about you need to work for some dick, and she's like, wait, what? So, let me play it.
And this nigga talking about some suck it till it get hard. Suck it till it get hard. I had to call y'all and tell you about this bullshit. He talking about some, don't nobody just walk around with a hard beep. You gonna have to work for this. Work for it. Work for it. Work for some dick. Work for some dick. What? Whom? Me? Absolutely the fuck not. Baby, if it's not hard off of just looking at me touching you and us kissing, what are you talking about right now? Like, I'm literally touching you and it's flopping around like a dead worm. And you're telling me to work for it? Work for it? Baby, I politely put my clothes on and got the fuck up out of there. My Rose is waiting on the charger upstairs. I'm not about to work for no fucking limp ass beep. You are in the early stages of erectile dysfunction. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow. She was insulted.
Work for it.
Did she say it's flopping around like a dead worm?
Wow.
And I got a Rose on the charger upstairs. Work for it. Number 4.
Okay, let's do video 4.
Straight men are being taught to fear the one group of people who actually figured out how to keep men alive. I'm Isaac, a PhD candidate trying to bring social work into the 21st century and building worlds that love us back. June is both Pride Month and Men's Mental Health Month, which I don't think is a coincidence. You've probably seen the whole male loneliness epidemic thing. Online, it almost always turns into a conversation about women, like men are lonely because of feminism happened or because women get too picky on the apps. But when you look at the actual research on why men are struggling, women aren't really the variable. The thing the research keeps landing on is masculinity. There's a big Australian study, almost 14,000 men, and the guys who most believed a man should be stoic and handle everything himself were the ones at the highest risk of suicide. The APAs found similar stuff. The more rigidly a guy performs masculinity, the worse his mental health tends to get. And a big piece of it is pretty specific. Most men get taught they only have one acceptable place to bring their feelings, and that's a girlfriend or a wife. Their friendships are usually built around doing an activity together, not around actually talking. So when the relationship ends or the activity stops, all that support just vanishes. This is where pride comes in for me. Queer people have been building a different version of this for a long time, mostly because we had to. Chosen family. Friendships where you actually say I love you and mean it, where guys hug each other and check in for real. And there's solid research that having that kind of support network protects people from depression and suicide. So when straight men and DL trade get told that queerness threatens masculinity, I think it's backwards. If anything, we worked out how to keep each other alive, and any guy is welcome to copy it.
Yeah.
They always got to throw DL trade into a statement. What they got?
But no, I mean it is funny that it is a projection, I guess, the fear of gay people, and when actually, there's a thing or two that you can learn from gay people, like they were just saying. We actually kind of brought this up with the president of the Heritage Foundation and his college thesis paper, talking about the ways in which enslaved people survived had to do with this idea of loose networks and chosen family. People calling them someone auntie or cousin when they had absolutely no relationship to them, but it allowed them to have a shared mutual aid system that, because actual family members could just be sold away, right? Like, so you had to create family where you could. And so
some relaxing reset sex, on the weekend to deal with Monday through Friday again. That's
right.
That's
exactly.
about all I had time for as a grad student. I was like, fuck this. I'm like, where is? Yeah, I was in search for Mr. Goodbar and Mr. Good Pussy. It was like, it's like, ooh. But yeah, there was something that I was gonna do with the word bussy too.
Oh, I hate that word, but yeah.
Do you hate it?
I do not. I'm sorry. I mean, I may be one of the few that are the exception of referring to a man's ass as bussy. It's too close. I'm like, wait a minute. It just doesn't turn me on. It just doesn't. I mean, I will take bussy over boy pussy because right there, that one just like, ugh, like
that gives me thoughts of pedophilia.
Yeah, and also I'm not a woman either. I mean, it makes me think about that too, and that consists. But I will take bussy over boy pussy because it was just too many other things. I was just like, oh, okay,
yeah. I mean, and I feel like, on some level, I feel like Bertie Mac may have been the originator with the Badussy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first time I ever heard something mixing those together. As I said, boy pussy is, that just gives me thoughts of Chris Hansen and To Catch a Predator.
And it's so cringe to me. I was just like, oh, I wish I would stop. And then I remember one time, I kid you not.
Okay.
I was in the middle of a moment with somebody, and they were like, "What you give me that?" I was like, "That boy, what?" Oh. I said, "Sir, we're gonna end this right now. This is short lived."
Damn, you can't even come back from it. You just like,
no.
Well, yeah, I mean, to me, in conversation, bussy's fine. I think in the midst of it, I'm like, no. It just seems like I'm like, has it been called? I don't think anyone has called it that when we've been getting it in.
Well, all righty then. We're still having the pussy versus the pussy debate. Tune in Friday nights for those guys over there having those very intimate sexual conversations. And every night this week we have something for you. Thursdays we have include Green Diggler because it is a re-airing of the wonderful podcast with he and his husband, Two Rooms in a Pod, where they discuss the ins and outs of 21st century matrimony, right here, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right on this very network. And if you tune in on YouTube, smash that like button. If you're watching on Facebook, like, share, Instagram, X. It's a huge audience on X. Y'all nasty. Like, share, and I'm kidding. Y'all not nasty. I love y'all. Like and share. The later it gets, the more nasty it gets. All right, so let's get it cranking. We did some black shit. Let's do a little gay shit. All right, you ready? Go.
I'm gay. I'm in my 50s. I live in Florida. I wear an AC/DC shirt and a MAGA hat, and I'm conservative. Try to swallow all that. And on top of that, I've always taken care of myself health-wise.
And you're still chopped. Like, girl, be so fucking for right now. What's so funny about these men in the gay community that are conservatives is the fact that they love to gloat about the money they make and how well they take care of themselves. Meanwhile, they're aging like raisins, looking like spoiled milk. Like, girl, be fucking for real. And they all have that certain look. That look where you're just like, yeah, I know what you are, girl. They go out of here talking about, I make so much money, that's why I'm Republican, that's why I'm a gay conservative. If you're out here betraying your entire community, betraying entire other communities that are marginalized, oppressed, just as much as you are, excusing racism, homophobia, pedophilia, misogyny, just because you make a lot of money and that you're a gay man who's like conservative. Offer these straight, cis, heteronormative people just to see you as second-class citizens because you are still a GAY man. It's giving salt for slugs. It's giving waiting for the leopards to eat their face. And they want to get up on the internet talking about how no one in the gay community likes him and how they can't find community. Well, babes, I wonder why. GAY conservatives literally embarrass themselves so much because how can you make that much money, vote red, but then live in one of the gayest cities in America? They stay embarrassing themselves like, girl, the math is not mathing. Be so fucking for real.
Girl. Okay, girl.
I thought it deserved.
I mean, I agree with the hypocrisy. The self-hatred is crazy, right? You hate it. You hate yourself so much that you are so far gone that you believe if you do the opposite, you're somehow better.
But seriously, talking about that, that's how I feel like as a country we got here. And it started with the Dixiecrats back in the 60s. Those congressmen and those people running for office convinced poor white people that you are better than the black people.
But there is something to be said about the rich folks caring more about their money than any other identity.
That's it right there.
Yeah, Peter
You
Thiel.
said it all right there, Malcolm.
Yeah, Peter Thiel is probably one of the those connectors between modern acceptable Republican politics and far right wing Nazis and white supremacists. And he's basically the person who gave us J.D. Vance, right?
Now you ain't gonna tell me
all intents and purposes,
yeah,
allegedly,
and he's gay as fuck. Yeah, Peter Thiel's
I mean, exactly. It's an interesting dichotomy. They don't want it for you. They just want to keep it all for themselves.
Exactly. He cares more about the money than anything else, really.
Yeah.
So
you know what, Malcolm? This next clip made me extremely happy, and at the end of it, I will explain to you what he's talking about because you're not going to know. Okay.
One of my favorite pride stories is watching Duran Bernard turn a straight nigga gay in front of my eyes. We was at an open mic and Duran was crushing the dreams of any nigga who thought they had stage presence. But in the process of breathing through his nose, he smelled blood. Duran made a beeline to my group and gripped this nigga deltoids like a roller coaster harness at Six Flags. He said, "What is your God-given name, sir?" I'm gonna be honest, I never seen a grown man blush in my life before, especially not one of my niggas. But by the end of that conversation, the only thing straight was the walk Duran took to get over there. Fast forward 10 years later, that man is happily married to another man, and all it took was a nigga slapping him on his shoulders. Happy Pride.
Armani, what the fuck?
So, Bernard Duran is a flamboyant, gay, openly gay. So you know who he is? Okay, good.
Yeah.
no, I don't.
I sincerely enjoyed that. Now, this is going to round out gay shit. From a local restaurateur here in Atlanta, G. They own a couple of my favorite restaurants. But in this restaurant, in this video, he's not talking about any of those things. He's talking about something that we talked about before. Boys and girls, pull up a chair, listen closely.
Let these white boys be with white boys and leave them to hell alone. Please stop begging for inclusion and acceptance for them to want to date you and include you in their parties and da-da-da. Y'all look pathetic. What do you want to be included in that mess for? Let them white boys be with themselves and have a good time. If they don't want you there, they don't want you there. You ask them to be included and ask them to be seen and wanting to be picked to date and invited and da-da-da-da is just fucking pathetic, y'all. Please let it go. And white boys don't want you. Let it go. Be with yourself. Be with your own. What's wrong with that? That should be the question you have. What is wrong with being with your own? Why do you want to be included so badly? What do you think that's going on over there? What is going on over there that you want to be in it so much? You want some of them little pink penises? Is that what it is? You got to have you some of that pink penis? Oh, God. How dreadful.
You know what's so funny though is as much as I agree with him and how funny that is that truly I believe that freedom is, the freedom to pursue whatever your desires might be. So if you want some pink penis, I'm here to say you should go chase that.
Now the problem in that statement, Malcolm, is the pink penis don't want you back. There is.
Well, I mean, you could find the pink penis that you, because there's plenty of pink penis that is growing who were raised with black people.
I'm going to throw up in my mouth. Jesus,
I'm just saying, I have met many a white person who was raised on the south side of Chicago who are down as fuck with black people. I'm saying there is pink penis.
Now, wait a minute.
There is pink penis.
We cannot
not
those who were raised in
they're still pink. I was just saying
the reason that we can't include them because that's not who Warren was talking to.
Well, I get it. I'm just saying that the true freedom in general, this is a philosophical perspective. I realize in practice it may not really work out this way.
Well, good.
But I just feel that if you have a desire and it's not harming anyone else, you should have the freedom to pursue it.
Sure.
No matter what anyone else thinks about it. I think this sort of critique of it is fair. I'm not saying it's not fair.
Oh, no.
I just think that's part of the cost of pursuing whatever desires you happen to have. Like when you came out to your mom or whatever and say, "Hey, mom, I like to suck cock." Did she clap for you? Did she I'm so happy?
My mom would have punched me in the face if I said cock. The thing that I want to say, hang on real quick. The thing I want to say, you're right. We can't ask for being included and then we ourselves try to exclude someone. So for me, that's not what I took from this video.
Right.
For me, what I took from this was the actual what's happening. I watched a movie where Billy Porter and Luke Evans had a relationship where their child came into custody and who would get them. And in the conflux of the movie, Luke Evans is the perceived head of the household, the white man, and Billy Porter is the perceived female of the household. Mm-hmm. I don't like how this is happening in commercials and in television and in movies and TV where they have made, before I had to contend with heteronormative ideas from the 50s to be a gay man. Now it appears that there needs to be a white man at the head of even now gay families, which I don't know why.
Well,
that's interesting. I hadn't considered that.
That's how Billy Porter ran his house. You know what I mean? And he executive produced the movie that you're talking about. So he just took what he had at home, and put it to you on the screen. But I
because I think about someone like who was it, RuPaul and his husband.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to like confuse as to who's their household. I just don't know.
You know who wears the skirt over there, ma'am, sir.
I mean, I just
what's
don't
so
believe
funny
that we need
is,
to
yeah,
put
no,
white
I'm just
people
saying
head
you
of
could be a
household.
6'6" bottom and still be in charge, right? I'm saying
That part.
He's the
Randy,
type.
you do have a point there. So we have to be careful, Malcolm, and Billy Porter. Fuck. So we have to be careful with that. You know, we have to be careful with heteronormatives and all of those things.
Right.
Up next, of course, we have to laugh at ourselves and because of ourselves and things of that nature. Let's see. Let's start with some laughter. I'm going to skip a video because I want to run first.
Okay.
You killed a butterfly, no butter for you for a month.
Father, I also killed a cockroach.
Nice try.
Nah, come on. Nah, I'm done. I'm done. Wow.
Just because we use the word clock.
Oh, that's so many layers of wrong.
Someone said, I bet you can't watch this without laughing. We're going to put that to the test. If you're new here, I'm not Spike Lee. I make content like this every day. Stick around. Apparently, I can't even start the video before I'm over here snickling a little bit.
My neck, my back, lick my pussy.
This is not even fair.
Come on. Get into it, Randy.
My neck, my back, my pussy and my crack. My neck, my back.
Why? Oh my goodness. I wasn't ready.
You love it.
God.
What in the children of the corn was that? What was that?
No, Malcolm, you cannot.
I want that.
I feel like if you play that backwards, you summon the gay Beetlejuice. What was happening?
They were summoning the coochie. That's what they were doing.
Didn't they combine two fucking songs to make that madness?
It's the mashup for me, though.
Oh my god. I'm mad that they pronounced pussy with all of the inflection and held that line for a minute. My whole day is ruined. My whole day is ruined.
No, it's not.
Burn this shit down, start over from the beginning.
I'm going to do
It's so absurd. It's so absurd.
Oh, that hurt so bad.
The theme song for the mixtape on Monday, 7 p.m.
Oh, I know you lying.
I need more. I need more of that.
I know you lying.
Oh, Sammy says
I need the baddest bitch. I need that too in my life.
That was abysmal. Nebraska. Yeah, that was some children of the corn shit. And it didn't show you their faces. I can imagine they were just la 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 la.
This is what you're
just like staring at a dot on the wall that was moving.
It was like the people in center singing that song.
Oh, pick poor Robin clean. Pick poor Robin clean.
Yeah. Just keep pushing, man. Girl, if you don't hurry up and get out of here, I ain't going nowhere. What you mean you not going nowhere? It's time for you to be born. I've been living here for 9 damn months. And you telling me I gotta leave in such a short notice? My lease not even up. Girl, what? Yes, the hell it is. Shit. Addison, girl, you better get the hell up out of here. You don't even know if that's my real name yet. That is your damn name. That's what your mama name is. Shit, my name Rochelle. Your name ain't no Rochelle Addison. Girl, get the hell up out of here. How about you leave? Oh, I am leaving. You don't see all this blood coming out this cooch? They gonna have to take me out. Girl, they gonna have to do a Caesar salad on her. Hell no, no more salad. Tossing the salad is what got me here in the first damn place. Well, if you don't fucking leave, they gonna do a Caesar salad. It's a goddamn C-section. Look, Ashley, there on the light. Wow, am I with Duke Energy? I told you they was gonna Caesar salad your ass.
I told you.
Not Caesar salad. What dressing do they use?
Everything.
We're all going to hell.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Everything come
Yeah.
back to ranch. No, I think I'm really going to hell for this next clip. You ready?
Oh, no.
So Juneteenth is on Friday. And I'm going to preface the story by, if you don't know, then I'm in an interracial relationship. This is me and my husband. We've been married for... So Juneteenth is on Friday. And I'm going to preface the story by, if you don't know, then I'm in an interracial relationship. This is me and my husband. We've been married for 15 years. We have 2 daughters. Our oldest daughter is 6. I'm trying so hard not to laugh. Our oldest daughter is 6. She just finished kindergarten, and she's starting camp. And she doesn't have camp on Friday because it's Juneteenth. And so she asked me the other day, she goes, why don't I have camp on Friday? And I said, oh, it's a holiday. It's Juneteenth. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh. And she goes, oh, what's Juneteenth again? And I said, oh, it's the holiday where we celebrate the Black people were free. And then she goes, well, what about Daddy? And I said, oh, honey. I said, Daddy's been free for a while. And then she goes, because he's in a Black family. And I go, yeah. Oh my God, I'm crying. Out of the mouths of babes.
Right. Like I'm sorry. That took me out of the game. Now, I have a version of this as a ringtone on my phone.
When? I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Come on. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Oh, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that
shit. Thank you.
That's great.
For the incomparable Jennifer Hudson. Love you for the Juneteenth anthem. Now, I need you to pull up a chair. They gonna do a Caesar salad on her ass with Caesar dressing. Fuck you. Check this out.
So now the gay agenda is trying to make us gay, so now I have to be gay.
Exactly.
Yes.
They don't even give us the option.
I'm tired of these gay folks always trying to convert us to be gay, knowing damn well that it's hard not to be gay.
Exactly. Like, I am oppressed as a straight man.
First of all, if I'm watching a Disney movie, I don't need to see a gay couple. Now, I wake up in the morning, now I feel like I need to marry a man.
Exactly.
Now I have to marry a man because these people are making me marry a man.
And now gay marriage.
So now we're gonna have to get married with each other.
So let's go do it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it because that's what the government is trying to make us do.
Be gay.
Be gay.
I mean, I was here.
Big Bear Cafe at 6. I was thinking Dolphin Cafe. The kind of girl I'm looking for would say, "That's great, see you there." She would then show up on time. We would have a drink there. Then if the vibe was good, walk to my place, hooked up and potentially have something good together on a regular basis. Any other response to me shows either low interest slash respect or a tendency to be masculine. Bossy potential for future power struggles. I like my girls to be feminine, submissive, cooperating, happy for the opportunities I create. Yep, it's for the best, the kind of guy I'm looking forward to. Remarkably less sociopathic things. Remarkably less sociopathic things. Remarkably less sociopathic things.
I think about this as people on apps. If they just analyze what the fuck they said.
Golly.
Now this,
I'm looking for the Grinder musical. This is
we should go ahead and write it. We should go ahead and write it.
That shit writes itself.
Oh God.
And you know, we should call it Rider. We shouldn't.
I mean, it's insane, right? What people on the other side of a phone will say to another person when there's no polite contrivance, right? You didn't have to go to dinner. You didn't have to meet at a location. You're probably on the shitter. They're wherever they are, and you just want to get ass or whatever the fuck. So you just, I applaud one saying what you want. That way that person can say, fuck you, move the fuck on, right? You'll find your own brand of crazy, because my mom said it best. There is somebody out there for everybody.
Right. You're going to say, but please say less remarkably
sociopathic things.
Say less. Now, this is a throwback for me. I saw this and I had to include it. I still can't hold my shit, and now they got babies doing it.
Speaking of this, we're on this topic because, Nicki Minaj has been trending, over her.
Fuck her. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And all of them. Shame. No. The answer is no. And I don't care what that means.
I don't care what that means.
That was so beautiful.
I don't care what that means. That's my new phrase. I don't care what that means.
You can check out Billy Porter and one of my favorite, Wayne Brady in La Caja Fold in New York. Go check it out. It's smashingly wonderful.
Go watch a pansexual in heels.
I'm not sure. I think he's just gay at this point.
I think we're just literally just trying to walk the line so we don't make white people who follow us feel inappropriately weird. So we're going to call ourselves pansexual.
Well, because they don't know how to take masculine gay people. So
he wants to suck dick and he wants to live his best life, and we should let him. This pan shit.
And I'm going to tell you something, Wayne. We can make a deal. Here you go.
We sure can.
Remember when you were a kid? You remember? I'm going to show you something that may trigger you. Everybody, you got your water? I'm going to show you something real quick. You ready? Go.
So didn't I tell you to clean up that motherfucking room today? Oh, so you just said, fuck me. I'm going to just do whatever the fuck I want to do. So you basically saying, oh, I'm grown as fuck. I can pay all the bills around this motherfucker. So at this point, you just saying that you want me to kiss your ass with shit on it. I think that you think that I'm a dumb motherfucker. Since you want to do what the fuck you want to do, you huffing and puffing, so you must be saying that you ready to come beat my ass. If you feeling froggy, then jump, goddammit. You rolling your eyes and shit, which basically mean, oh mama, shut the fuck up. Why the fuck you making all these faces? What you saying, I stank? I'm a funky motherfucker?
You know my favorite. I brought you into this world. I can
take you out.
I love the attempted murder as a way to get you to acquiesce.
Oh gosh, it worked
Why did
for
it
me.
come to murder?
Yeah,
listen, my nigga, it worked for me. That's all.
Hey, it worked for me too. I was definitely afraid of my mother.
Are we all watching the World Cup? Are you watching the
No,
World
sir.
Cup?
No, sir. I'm not. No desire.
I am watching some of the players.
Yeah, Malcolm.
I was surprised how thick they are. I was like,
they got to run for like 4 hours straight. Yeah, them quads, that ass is pretty fast.
God, that ass.
Bro, well, listen, this is what they're doing when the game ain't.
I don't know about y'all, but the Germans in New Orleans right now, and they are having a fucking blast. Look at this. She reminds me of
Wipe
an
me
Australian
down.
break dancer from the Olympics. Actually, I'm very happy for her because she's having a good time, and you should too. One thing about New Orleans, though, is that we will always make you feel welcome. We will all, especially if you're dancing. That's all you got to do is dance. It don't matter if you're good at it. Just dance. We're gonna hype you up regardless. Today a good day. I will. You do the same. There's gonna be a lot of fuckery, a lot of fuck shit that's gonna be on your timeline. Ignore it. Come to my page. Share with your friends. As always, I will be available to provide you with breaking good news to outweigh the bad. Bye.
Love you.
Love it.
She was getting it. Wipe me down. I love that. Wipe me down.
Somebody said, I bet you can't watch this without laughing. We're going to put that.
It's your girl DJ Lola here, 98.3 The Relic, bringing you all the greatest classics and oldies from the 1900s. If you remember this song, you definitely have to turn the music down to see better. Here's Destiny's Child.
Say my name, say my name. No one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. If you ain't running game.
No, that's not that old.
Say my name.
I can't be old now.
I'm not that old.
That's not fair. That's not fair. But you know what? I saw a meme like that the other day where it's like, I'm at that age where they're playing my jams in the grocery store now.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit, oh my god.
And that reminded me when we asked motherfucker was like, I was born in 1900.
1997.
Right. Sadly, some of these straight men know that they are doing insane. This is to browbeat the female into submission. It depends on what he's doing. If it works, good deed, giving money, paying her bills. Some say.
Don't 100% disagree with that, actually.
No.
Right.
Sammy says, fuck no, I'm watching the World Cup. I see that as a Trump event. Okay.
Exactly. All that shit's tied to 250 to me, brother. I will not be watching it. I genuinely enjoy the World Cup. I look forward to it every 4 years. Very, very look forward to it. But this year,
I did not watch it. I thought that was funny. The Germans out here getting it. All right. In our attempt to entertain you, we also try to educate you. Now a word from our dear sweet Auntie Bev. Auntie Bev?
Hi. Auntie Bev here with a couple of words to help you build your vocabulary. The first word is dontiloquent. A dontiloquent person is someone who has studied and is well-versed, and they can intellectually discuss that subject with you. And that brings us to North Carolina Cabarrus County Commissioner Lee Pittman, who was very dontiloquent recently when expressing his thoughts about Juneteenth.
I want to address this thing about Juneteenth. I don't support it because it is based on a lie.
And just where did Cabarrus County Commissioner Lee Pittman acquire all of that knowledge to come to the conclusion that Juneteenth is a lie?
My son graduated from Wingate University with a degree in history. And I've talked to him about some of these things, and from his studies, he confirms to me exactly what I've learned by going beyond textbooks and looking at other sources.
So he says he went beyond textbooks and looked at other sources. But what sources are those?
A lot of these things I learned by doing that when I was a kid.
Doing what? Obviously, Pittman has a problem knowing how to articulate his thoughts and ideas with clarity.
Yes.
And it makes me sick what passes for history that is falsehood. And I will not just sit by and take it.
And that brings me to my next vocabulary word, disquisition. It's a noun. And disquisition is an investigation. So using it in a sentence, I would say, no, North Carolina Cabarrus County Commissioner Lee Pittman doesn't just have to sit by and take it. He can do a disquisition and learn the plausibility of Juneteenth. Add dontiloquent, disquisition, and plausibility to your vocabulary bank and make it your time, your shine. Auntie Bev speaks.
Thank you, Auntie Bev.
Disquisition, indeed.
And Don Quillington. What was the first one?
Don Quillington. Don
Now listen, Randy, this one is just, I went digging just for you for this next one.
Merry Christmas.
Also, before we leave, I like to give history lessons and all that good stuff about black shit. Hold on to your Superman cup, brother, because you're gonna open it. This might get me some pasta from your house. Tell I'm coming. You ready? Mountain, we're coming.
Sure.
We get on the train in Virginia, brother. Here we go.
And the Pussycats, long tails and ears to hands, guitars and sharps and flats.
Stop scrolling if you grew up watching Josie and the Pussycats, because the voice you just heard belonged to a black woman most people have never heard of, as she helped make television history. Her name was Patrice Holloway, a talented Motown recording artist. Not only did Patrice sing the theme song, she provided the singing voice for Valerie Brown, the groundbreaking black member of Josie and the Pussycats. And she did so throughout the history of the cartoon series. Millions of children sang along every Saturday morning without ever knowing the name of the gifted black singer behind the microphone. And here's why that matters. When Josie and the Pussycats premiered in 1970, Valerie Brown became the first black female regular character on a Saturday morning animated television series. At a time when positive black representation on television was rare, young viewers across America saw a smart, talented black musician as an equal member of the band. And Patrice Holloway's voice helped bring that historic character to life. Let that sink in. Although she never became a household name, her talent became part of one of the most recognizable cartoon theme songs of the 1970s. So, this Black Music Month, let's give Patrice Holloway the flowers she deserves. Because for millions of children, they knew her voice and never knew her name. Say her name in the comments, Patrice Holloway, and follow for more unstoppable women they didn't teach us in school.
Josie and the Pussycats, yeah.
You're welcome, Randy. You are so.
I loved that show. I love Josie.
Hold on, so I want you that when we talk about just now, I want to know what you think about this.
Have you heard about this new controversial character on a show called Hey AJ on Disney Junior?
Wow! It's really Captain Durag.
For some odd reason, Disney decided to say okay to a superhero on Disney Junior named Captain Durag.
Who wears a durag and a cape to keep Slum City safe. What the?
Captain Durag, bringing superhero funk. Captain Durag, cleaning up that evil junk.
This is freaking outrageous. Y'all wrong for this one.
I've had enough of your trash talk.
Black dark-skinned man takes out the trash. Are we serious?
Like, in the middle of February, too?
I wonder who greenlit that.
Like, it genuinely could not have been a black person. Like, I actually think it was,
Well, it was created by former NFL player, author, creative, Martellus Bennett. And he's a black man.
I don't care who made it. Y'all gonna be like, oh, a black dude. That might be worse.
Bennett posted something on his social media in defense of Captain Durag and the liberation of the black image. Here's part of it. As a young black boy, my durag was my first superhero cape. I didn't need Batman's cape or Darkwing Duck's cape or Superman's. I had a durag. And when I tied it up and that tail started flapping behind me as I ran through the house, nobody could stop me. That was my armor, my power source, my transformation sequence. That was my black imagination doing what imagination is supposed to do, making me bigger than the world tried to make me. He also wrote this: Captain Durag is about empowering the ordinary objects in black life like a durag. Why can't a durag be a cape? Why can't a black superhero wear a do-rag? Why can't an imaginative black girl on Disney have a superhero who looks like her father? A father who wears a do-rag around the house. What is so bad about a whole family rocking a do-rag? What is so wrong with letting the do-rag be the source of a superpower when it has been the source of confidence and transformation for generations?
I actually think it's fly. Like, that's us. Y'all telling me that ain't fly? You got the do-rag as a cape?
Stop messing on Captain Do-Rag. It's actually a cool concept in my view.
That's why I'm Captain Do-Rag, not Captain Don't Rag.
So, when it comes to Captain Do-Rag, what do you think?
So quick. Oh God. So this character was invented in the 1970s by a Jamaican chick named Camille Corbett. Some type of homage to 1970s blaxploitation. But the Hey AJ show, which was a children's book, they then turned it into an animated show developed by that Martellius Bennett guy, and then they decided to also incorporate Captain Do-Rag in this.
Yes, you are right.
Okay.
Thank you.
They're originally called Do-Rag Man. I don't know. Do I want to feel bad about this? I don't know. Do I want a cartoon that potentially non-black kids will watch and then associate dark-skinned black men with wearing do-rags? That's true. Yes. Is he doing something problematic? I don't know. I don't know. That clip wasn't enough to ascertain. So like you would do with your own kids, I guess if you really want to know, watch it and see.
Now, Malcolm, I cannot wait. I'm going to just turn my mic over to you because I cannot wait to hear what you think. I've been dying all week since I saw this clip. Go ahead.
Yeah. So children's programs are based on stereotypes, actually. They simplify complicated ideas into small things. And so I think it is problematic to exclude symbols of blackness in children's cartoons because I think you have to do it smartly. It has to be good. I think so far, I don't know much about it, but it seems like it's successful, right? So like that's a sign of the controversy actually kind of draws in anything that would be traditionally stereotypically black from being excluded from children's programming because you can't be nuanced when you're talking to children about things, and so you're afraid of including it. So you do this sort of de facto whitewashing of children's programming because
you give them a false sense of the world, maybe.
Yeah.
But when he takes the do-rag off, does he have waves underneath his hair? Like, is the do-rag?
Well, let's hope so.
Because if that's the thing, then I guess you're opening the conversation for black men's hair, right? So I guess, but if it's just the do-rag and when he's not incognito, he just has a fro or something, like what are we doing with the do-rag? That's my thought.
Well, I think that's important, but I think also you have to recognize like what is Captain Do-Rag doing,
Right.
Like, is he explaining about community? Is he talking about friendship? Is he talking about, sharing and things like that? Like, what's the overall message of the show, right? And then you can sort of nitpick about the details of
aspects of it.
Yeah, because they've said this a lot about black hair in media has almost always exclusively been some form of dreadlocks, of some sort of twist, because animators can make it move, right? And it flows like hair that white people have. And so they would shy away from any black characters whose hair is like just close cut to their head because it just wasn't visually appealing to most animators, right? That is just a bias because most of the animators are white, whatever.
There's an obsession with the hair, Malcolm. There's an obsession.
Yeah, there is.
As a black dude who's been both bald, I was bald for 12 years. And I've had dreads for 18 years. I've experienced
You were absolutely bald?
100% bald from 18 to 29.
All that I know you guys can't say right now, but all that goddamn, you have hair down to your ass.
I shaved all. It was completely bald. So what I say is this.
I am shocked today. I am shocked.
What I'm saying is this. 2 instances. I was at a grocery store one evening, buying shit. All of a sudden, huge tug in my head. I turned around and gave the what the fuck face to 2 white people, husband and wife. The wife says, "Oh my God, my husband didn't mean to tug that hard." What the fuck are you talking about? So it's just we just had a question. We weren't sure if that was real or a piece. Piece of what? The fuck are we talking about? They have conversations behind my head if my dreadlocks were real or not, and they thought, we'll just fucking touch them. So after I explained to them, you don't ever do this. You could ask,
please don't,
right?
Please don't.
But someone told me later it's because my dreadlocks are thin, they're well kept. They don't give you the scary roster like dreadlocks. So they feel, who cares? Conversely, bald, they will want to rub your head. Oh, it feels so. For what? It's just something about black men's hair. Black people's hair in general. But as a black man, I've only experienced it that either
and
or.
Our beards, and because I get that too.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Let me tell you something. Oh, and I have hair now, but it was completely bald.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you look like Mr. Clean, bitch. Whatever. Do not touch my person. Do not.
You all.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, come back next week for more comedy, more black shit. Auntie Bev want to educate you. Now, we cannot go away from here without celebrating Juneteenth, okay? Now, here's my celebration of Juneteenth. Ready? Go.
It's June! Lord, it's June, and I'm looking for my 40 acres and my mule. Plus a bag of 9-laters for the flavor of the revolution. Black, 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 tastes like reparations. Healthcare, free healthcare, and some prison waivers for that free labor. The nation is on fire, and the chicken is burning hot. Dude was shot right up the block, and ain't nobody even stop or yell, cry or tell. People are dropping quicker than singles. But we open up the bars and we call that essential. Now where they do that at? Here. Where they live like that? Here. Where they sell food like that? Here. Where they cook like that? Here. And all the hate is homegrown, taking up the atmosphere. And everything I fear and everything I know comes from this place that I call home. But it don't feel like home here. Oh no, it don't feel like home here. I wish I could click my heels, cause it don't feel like home.
Okay.
All right.
Listen, if you want to hear more things like Jill Scott, tune in Monday afternoons, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my man It's Me Randy and It's Me Gregory. We will internalize you and entertain you with things just like that. Just like that. And
Scratch your musical itch.
This week's spotlight is on one of my favorites, who is an ally to the black community. My girl herself, the lead singer of Fleetwood Mac. Oh my God, the incomparable gypsy woman herself, Stevie Nicks. So don't you stand back. You come closer and push that button to tune in 7 p.m.
Mixtape Mondays, baby. Every Monday, 7 p.m.
And now, none of y'all sent me the lyrics to last week's song, but ain't nobody tuned in for the
contest. We'll extend it for another week.
No. We're going for a month, but I'm just saying.
Okay, cool.
No one has tuned in. So come on, y'all, tune in. Now, Malcolm, you were born in 1980. Okay.
Oh God. Yes.
No. I said you were born in 1980. And Randy, you were born in 1975, correct?
Allegedly.
And I was born in 1973. So, you know what all those dates other than the 1900s have in common? They were at different periods of the disco era.
Oh, exactly.
You were born at the end. I was born at the beginning. You were born in the middle.
In the middle.
When it was super hot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for an upcoming show, I need America to do their homework. Here's 5 disco songs that you must know.
I'm surprised to see your suitcase at the door.
Sat Jun. That's my shit.
Make a good time. Don't you want some more? It's not a perfect love, but I'm defending. Cause I believe it's what God intended. I'm gonna take your love, not gonna wear it out. Yes, I am. I'm gonna take your love, not gonna wear it out.
Yes,
All right, gotta have the double clap. It's every other clap.
Exactly. I clap like a white person on the 2 and the 5. Let's get it.
Okay.
Listen, this is always a labor of love about it on behalf of Malcolm. And I was about to say Swag. You are missed because it's just
You are Miss Swag. We love you.
Absolutely, brother. And my man, it's me, Randy. It's me, Gregory. Tune in next week for the right back at the same bat channel, same bat station. You know what I mean? But before we go, I'd like to tell you tomorrow, my man Thick Knight will be hosting 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right on the Blurred Hour with him and his Mary Plan the Blurreds. And Malcolm and I will hopefully see you Monday for the mailbag.
Yeah.
If you want to be included and you need some advice in your life that you just can't deal without, please drop us a line. Mailbag Mondays, 4 p.m. on Mondays. And as I go, we'll do a Superman change and change into something more comfortable as I get relaxed for the 7 o'clock show. It's me, Randy, M3 Mixtape this week. Stay tuned for, we have to figure out the list for the week, but we will be coming up with that shortly. And this week's artist spotlight will be my girl herself, Stevie Nicks. Tuesday, we're running a rerun of my boy Swag. The Swag Suite is on hiatus right now, but tune in. You can also catch him in those TikTok streets where he was probably being a menace someplace. Hats off to him and T'Challa over there. Wednesdays, Malcolm is right back, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on his Fair Network. Malcolm, thank you so much for giving us this platform. And Thursdays, Cream Diggler and his husband Shannon will tantalize you about 21st century matrimony.
I'm working on it.
www.youtube.com/mailmediamind2 and also check that out and wherever you get your fine podcast. And Cream Diggler, a legend, will be back next month, so we're excited to have him back in his rightful place on Thursdays, tantalizing you with wigs and such and do whatnot. And please like, share, and subscribe. You can catch me on Instagram, the talented Mr. Drayton, Gregory Drayton on Facebook. I'm sorry, my thing is full. I will start a fan page. I promise you. I have thousands of friend requests I'm going to take care of. I love you dearly. I do. Please don't give up on me. I don't necessarily. I am 53, and I know some tech, but I don't know all tech. So, as I figure it out, bear with me, guys. Okay, I love you much. If they love you, we do. On behalf of Malcolm, Randy, and myself, and all the family here at M3, thank you for watching, and mwah! Love, peace, and
thanks for checking out this episode of The Saturday Sit Down with your host, the talented Mr. Drayton. Your one-stop shop for the best conversation that you don't want to miss. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for the next episode. See you then.
Are we done?
Still live. Hello, America.
Yeah, saying it's still live.